It's guru. Like that.
No, it's changed now, bro. It's a Jacked Yogi, bro.
Yeah, well, that's
Hey, it's Ian, the Jacked Yogi, and we're here at the Prehab Lab.
Yeah.
so, the king.
Elle.
Just first names only, yeah, anyways. My name is. All right, we're going to do a series here. We're going to go through several series of, I guess, body parts throughout the yoga classes, all restorative to help you mend, heal, empower, release, strengthen. And tonight we're going to start with hips. All right, so. Yes, hips. Yeah, you have two of them. Just to remind you. And you just go at your own pace, which is my pace. You go at your own pace. And you too. All right? So if you want to sit on your cushions, I generally start off on that because it elevates the hips to a certain degree, which allows the spine to sit more upright, which you want. And let's go. Begin. Palms facing up, chins lifted, eyes are shut. So as you immerse yourself into this moment, take attention to just this moment. Right? And the most present thing about this moment is your breathing. So just observe the breath right now in through the nose, which will basically put about 20% more oxygen into the lungs in comparison to you breathing through your mouth, as well as slowing the heart rate down at a better rate, a more efficient rate, and calming the nervous system at a higher level than just breathing through the mouth. Relax the jaw, the eye sockets soft, and even a slight lift of the eyebrows. While you maintain a lengthened and relaxed pranayama or breath. So as we sit here and observing our energies at rest, I want you to continue to observe where you are at this moment. Whether you need to check in mentally, emotionally, or physically, have a snapshot of that, and then just drift it off or fade into the background as you bring your breath back into the foreground of your attention. Initialize your next inhalation energetically from the tailbone or from the ground upwards to the top of the head as you inhale. And then observe the top of the head to the tailbone as you exhale. So sending the breath with direction, right, as you navigate your way through whatever may come up, mentally, emotionally, physically, dimensions of yourself. And understand that when we yoga, and in this case right now we're meditating, you're attentive to everything and nothing at the same time. Right? Not one specific thing right now. Because everything that you're hearing from the sensory also is part of your experience, which you cannot separate yourself from. Right? So the mat beneath you, the breath that's coming out of your nose, the physical aspects of yourself and what is in this room, or in your case, wherever you are, is part of that experience. And that's all yoga is. It's just an experience. And what you take away from it is, again, how you manage your mind. So if the mind is good, then things around you become good also. And vice versa. From the left side of your body, check into that now. Let your next breath go. And then shift your attention back to the right. as the spine continues to lift, you're going to take your right hand to your face, Agna, index, middle finger to the middle of the forehead. Closing off the right nostril with your thumb, deep breath into the left nostril. And at the top of that inhalation, pause by taking the ring finger of the same hand, shutting the left nostril, so both are shut. Softly releasing the right side, and then exhaling through the nose. Use the diaphragm to completely empty the lungs, and then breathing through the right side again. Shut both off. Switching to the left, and then exhale. So continue to alternate your breath, right? This is about bringing equilibrium in various aspects, whether it's an equilibrium between the left and right hemisphere of your brain, between the left and right side of your physical body, externally, and also between the left and right side, which we call Ida and Pingala. Aspects, energies that relate to the masculine and feminine, right? It's not male or female, but what you would deem as masculine, vigor, strength, discipline, in a way, as those qualities, but then feminine qualities of patience, receptivity, compassion. Yoga is about bringing balance to both, so that knowing when to assert, when required, but also knowing when to wait or be more patient and observe when required. This leads to a more balanced, holistic approach to your daily living. Go for one more round each side. And when you're done, palms facing down into the knees, elbows are nice and wide, chest comes forward. Deep inhale to lengthen the spine, twist to the right, and then exhale, your other right. Thank you. Cool, back to center, inhale. Switch sides. And then exhale. Slowly come back up to sitting, breathing in. Relax the traps and the upper back. And then exhale. So continue to observe the middle of your forehead and then roll the eyes back towards the middle of your skull. There's an energy center there that enhances the meditative processes. Take a breath in and then slowly releasing the legs as you exhale. So you're going to come back up, right? So just bring the knees together, extend the legs, yeah? Okay, one at a time, just extend the legs, one forward. Yeah, good, and then the other one. We cool? All right, we're going to start off here actually, with legs straight. So as soon as you release that last posture, fresh oxygenated blood goes to the knees to help heal it, right? Hands to the sky, reach up, take a breath in. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. If you need a strap, use a strap or a towel. And then grab the outer edge of your left foot with both hands. Try to dip the left shoulder and then lift the right shoulder to the ceiling. As each breath is enabling you to lengthen your spine. So this is not a stretch for the hamstrings or the glutes or the calves, but more so creating space between each vertebra, because what runs out of the spinal column, when the vertebra is not compressed, right, allows for the nerves that promote different systems and functions in the body to work more efficiently. And that's what yoga is. It's about efficiency. How well are you managing both your mind and your body? The space between your right hip and right armpit, more of it. If you need to bend the elbow towards the floor to accentuate this release, do it. Inhaling. Chest closer to the floor on the left-hand side. Exhale. Beautiful. Come back to sitting upright, breathing in. And then sliding forward to the opposite side, outer edge of right foot. Exhale. So using a towel, a strap, or your fingers, if it bend in the knee is required, bend the knee. Understand that the posture, the pose that you do, is merely just a consequence of you understanding how you're managing your mind better. Flexibility in the mind will lead to flexibility in the body. Right? We're moving away from regimented, cyclic type of living and rigidity. Right? As things are constantly changing, adapting, dissolving and creating. One more inhale. Slowly release. Come back up to sitting, and then exhale. All right, you may need to sit on your bolster or your pillow, lengthen it, so switch the directions of it. So like this. Cool. And then you're gonna take your left foot to the right side of your hip. So the knee's pointing straight on. Take your right foot over the left. Here. Yes, that position.
Yeah, that's so good. Shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, fantastic.
Okay. When are you going to start? Come forward a little bit more. Yeah, better. Okay, let's go. Left arm to the sky. Breathe in. So you're going to pull the knee across, or you're going to take the elbow to the outside of the right knee or quad and then twist on the exhale. Your right hand is somewhere behind you on the floor or possibly on the cushion or bolster or block. And here, as you press your right hip into the ground, you're going to lengthen the spine on the inhale. The chest is going to widen. And then you're going to exhale. So the movement's occurring here, even though you may look like you're still. The spine's going to lift on the breath in, the chest is going to widen, and you're going to continue to turn on the exhale. Ensure that the exhalations are extended well beyond the length of your inhales. This allows for the muscles to relax at a greater rate, but also brings an awareness to how you can overcome whatever limitations or resistance or barriers that may come up when you're challenged, physically, mentally, possibly. Go through that exhale. And even if you're moving in millimeters, it's some sort of progress. Having the ability to release whatever may come up, mentally, emotionally, physically, will be really rewarded in the posture. More advanced, you're going to take your left hand to grab your right knee. We'll start off there. Yes? Or toe. it's a start. Yeah? Cool. More advanced from here, you're going to take your elbow, bend it, slide your left arm through the leg with the right arm behind the back as you interlace your fingers. Like Elle is doing here. Again. This is not achievement to get into the highest or most crazy looking posture, right? But more about acceptance, because when the body's accepting and relaxed as well as the mind, then again, flexibility continues to happen. All right. Spine lifts on the breath in. One more time. Keep pressing that right hip into the floor as you turn, and then exhale. Cool. Come back to center. Yay. Keep the left foot where it is. If you want to sit on it, you sit on it. And then take the right foot on top of the left quad. Like that. Yeah, bring the ankle over. So you want to ensure that the foot is on the other side or the outside of the left thigh. Right? And you need to dorsiflex and pull the toes back towards the shin, which will then help support and protect the ligaments that run from the ankle to the knee. Yeah, doing good. Okay, chest is upright. You're going to feel that right knee just soften to the ground. It's not necessarily that you need to push it to the floor in order to get the release, but draw the eyes shut and just breathe. Observe what may be coming up physically, which will maybe interrupt or distract what you're doing mentally. Continue to breathe as you lift the spine up, and then bring the chest forward towards the floor and over that right calf as you exhale. So if you need to support the foot on the left hand side with your hand, do it. Let's pull it something like that. Good. And then bring the chest closer towards the knee. You feel that in the hip? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Left hip? Right hip, actually. But that's okay. And this process, right, it's not instantaneous until you get to a point where it's instantaneous release, right? Whatever you've accumulated, your last workout, your last trauma, your last relationship, your last event, right, may have caused your body to tighten up based on what you may have been enduring mentally or emotionally. And it's just slowly starting to dissolve these things, breath by breath, moment by moment, thought by thought, and so on. Because what you've accumulated didn't necessarily happen overnight. So the same goes for you, how to release it or accept it or dissolve it. Breathing in, one more time. Soften the chest a little bit more. And then exhale. Cool, release. Come out of it. Legs are straight. With a smile, yes? All right, let's switch. So now you're on your right heel. Left foot on the outside of your right leg. Yeah. Keep the left hand behind you for balance, right up to the sky. Inhale. And then right across. Twist. On the breath out. So here we're releasing the left hip. If you need to hug the left hip with your hand or just hook the hand across the knee, again, you have various options based on how you initially get into the posture itself. Right? Don't feel that you need to be here or there or where you were last week or last month, right? Because a lot could have happened in between that time. And that moment's gone. This is a new one. Take a breath in. Keep turning. pull the knee across the midline of the mat, and then exhale. Sit more upright, like that. Good. Shoulder blades down. Chest up. Inhale. Observe what's happening with the left hip. And a long, relaxed exhale. So it's just another shape you've created, just like the one at the beginning of this class, the beginning of this video. All right. And it's how you manage it. That will lead you to the next moment, the next posture, the next part of your life. If you want to take a more advanced approach, you're going to take that right hand, thread it through, or grab the knee. Yeah, we can stay there, right? Whatever works, go with it. But if you can progress from that, why don't you progress from it, right? Go there. And yoga is not about trying to clear your mind, right? Things are going to come up. But how you manage what comes up is the key. One more inhale. Chest wide, turn, keep going over the left shoulder. And then exhale. Cool. Release. Take your left foot as high as you can on the outside of the right quad, right? Essentially you want to do about a 90-degree angle. You'll get the most benefit out of that. So if you're really flexible to take the foot up top, don't. Just bring it at 90 degrees so the front of your shin is actually parallel to the front edge of your mat. Toes towards the knee to protect this point. Inhale. Close the eyes. Chill out. Exhale, right? So now it's about balance. Balancing the breath, whether the breath is 10 seconds longer on the exhale, you still are maintaining a seamless transition between an inhale and an exhale. That's what we mean by balance, right? That it's not staggered, interrupted, pausing even, intermittently, based on what you're thinking or what you're feeling, or emoting. Cool. Another inhale. Both hands forward onto the mat, chest to calf, and then exhale. Right. And if it's a case where you just have your fingertips on the floor, it's fine. Continue to lengthen the spine. It's not a question of how low you can get, but of how you can manage yourself so that that hip that you're releasing continues to release, rather going in the other direction. Because then that's resistance in your mind, which will then equate to resistance in your body. And here we're detoxifying, right? All the twisting that we do, all the releasing with every muscle group, with certain postures. It's a form of purification and ultimately of detoxification. Right? Whether detoxification is mental, emotional, or chemically done. Breathe in one more time. Chest forward a little bit more. And then exhale. Cool. Release. Come back up. All right, extend the legs momentarily. Get that sorted out. And then Baddha Konasana, butterfly. Soles of feet to touch or the outer edge of the feet on the floor. Knees are wide. So it's not required that you need to bring the chest to the floor. I just want you to sit upright. You can hook the ankles if you'd like, or bind the big toes, whatever you feel is necessary. And then just breathe. begin to notice how much of an effect your breathing has on not just your mind, but the physical body. Relax into the breath and it'll slowly transition to relaxing in the body. A deep inhale. Sinking into the hips. And then exhale. Cool. Release. Let's go. Vadasana, hero pose. So if you need a block or push in, sit on one. Otherwise, feet on the outside of your hips. More advanced, toes out, bum on the ground. So we can do that.
Why's everything cracking?
Hands, thighs, or ankles. Without trying to lift yourself up. So just that, yeah. All right. So now something physical may be coming up, right? Your hips, your knee, your ankle, sort it out. Come back to the breath, right? So everything caters to your breathing. Because without the breath, none of this would exist now would actually exist. Right? You wouldn't be alive. You wouldn't be able to do this posture. So again, the breath is priority. It's the pinnacle of your existence at this point. And again, extend the exhales so that the hips are allowed to relax, the muscles in the hips are going to calm down a bit. Right? Hips revert to your memory or your subconscious mind in yoga. Second level of consciousness. We were grounding at the beginning, Muladhara or tailbone area, coccyx. It's about building a foundation. Right? But ensuring that in order to do that, you have safety and security within yourself first in order to build upon that. And that's how we started, by grounding yourself through the breath. Because the breath is part of this earth, as you are, as we are. And then the hips, right? Svadhisthana, second level of consciousness, which is your subconscious mind. So all the memory, all the impressions, and what you gathered in your entire life, all the data collection, stores here. So what you hold on to, or what you deem important or valuable, this area of the body, metaphysically, will keep. But ask yourself, is it really required for that thought or that emotion or that memory or that event or that trauma to remain in the body, in that area of the body, to store? Right? Because it's just an accumulation. It could mean that it becomes tight or sore or injured or sick or diseased. And that junction of your hips, right? The complex of your hips have so many aspects or benefits on how your posture, right? Which relates to your energy, your digestive system or elimination system. Right? How it manages many other functions within you. Whether the functions are done efficiently or inefficiently. And if you have a bolster or a block, move it back 50% from where it is now, because at this point in time you should have relaxed a little bit. Even if the relaxation is 1%, that looks like no percent. So move it back. That's it. Love it. Yeah. So if you have sore hips, do something about it, rather than nothing about it. All right? Again, it's just the mind that you need to manage, not the body. Have a seat, bro. That cushion is your throne. I thought you were the king. Sit. One more. Full breath in. Yeah? Sink into it. And then exhale. Cool. Release. Come out of it. Gently, gracefully, assertively. What's happening over here? Alright? Okay. The posture doesn't exist anymore. So why are you worrying about it? Let's go. Have a seat. Back to butterfly. Yes? Revert back to Baddha Konasana. We're now here.
Oh, stop.
Oh. It's just yoga.
Just yoga.
Alright, grab your ankles, chest up nice and high. Chin slightly lifted and just go back to a state of dhyana. Dhyana, the translation of the word, is meditation, which means to unconcentrate and to unfocus. Right, and going back to what I said earlier in regards to everything is observed all at once and nothing is observed at once. That is meditation. So if you're still thinking about your hips, you haven't released 1 minute ago, which no longer exists. Trying to relive the past or redeem it in whatever way you want is an inefficient way of living. When this moment should be your full priority. Not that moment, or the could-be moment. This one. And if you continue to go back and hit the rewind button, right, you miss opportunities that could be occurring right now. That will enhance and improve your life in some profound way. Big breath in. Chest comes forward. And then exhale. So now I want you to breathe through your back ribs. Right, like they're filling up with balloons, your lungs. A direction away from the fingertips on the inhale, and then feeling the energy of that breath travel down your spine towards the ground on the exhale. So essentially the science of yoga is just that, the science, technology. And it's about how well or willing we are to exchanging the energy, because you can't create or divide energy, how well or willing you are to exchange the energy that you don't want so you can open up and attract the energy that you do want. Because again, if your mind becomes good, then everything around you becomes good. Fill the lungs one more time. And then release, bring the knees back to center. Exhale. All right, we good now? Let's go. Internal rotation of the left knee. With the foot towards me. So here, try to get at least a hand width away from your heel to your hip. Yeah, that's amazing. Ensuring the knees pointing straight on. So then it's just the angle of the hip that needs to change. Yeah, cool. Okay, we ready? Right leg directly on top of the left. So the knees, or the thighs, are stacked one next to the other.
Good luck.
Has nothing to do with luck. It has everything to do with energy. So go like this, there. Feel that now? It's lovely, isn't it? For you, I'm gonna get this. So if you need to cushion the low knee, better? Yeah. Raise the knee, right? If there's a tightness in the hip, the low knee, lift it, bring the knee across. As close as you can get.
That's all.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the pretzel's stuck. Pretzel.
Come on. A little bit more possibly. A millimeter, a centimeter, right? Give me that.
Ugh.
Okay. You didn't give me that. That's okay.
That's it.
You gave me a grunt instead. I wanted movement with your hip, you gave me a grunt. That's not a good exchange, is it? Okay. That's all right. You're cool. That's it. I saw you move, so it's okay. So now, that left hip, I want you to soften it into the ground. Right? Ensuring that the left foot is pointing back to the knee to support the ligaments here at the bottom of that lower limb. And it comes back down to a breath. The right hand could be on the ground over there. Ideally, the right hand on the right knee. Meaning you would shift your weight evenly between both hips. Right? So this right hand could be used as an aid to support the leg from unbinding. And then just breathe. Yeah? With a smile. So you'd hold this for about an hour. An hour every day. No, about 3 minutes would suffice. But in this case, since we're doing a video, it's going to be 3 minutes. All right, take a breath in. Sink into the left hip. Lean so you're balanced 50-50. And then release, exhale. Switch. Yeah, so yeah, do that. And try to rotate the right knee. And then left leg on top. So again, ensure that there's a hand width away from that right heel to your right hip. And that right knee is pointing straight in front of you, not off to the side. Right, because you want allowance for that hip to remain square. Right. That's it. Jam it in there. But again, look like you're enjoying it. So if you need to act, this is your opportunity to act. And then just breathe into the left hip and the right hip. More so the right at this point because we're doing the right side. How willing are you to overcome whatever suffering is occurring, not just in this moment, but in life? Because the suffering is what binds you, right? It's what limits you. If you can take your left hand to your left knee, go for it. Yeah? And then adjusting the balance point by a majority of how you relax your breath. Relaxing the breathing is key. Through the nose. Through the nose. Notice the inner left thigh rotating out. And then the balance remains relatively 50-50 between the left and right hip. Right? Could be 51-49. But try to keep it even. Stephen. Cool. One more. Extended inhale. Lift the spine, soften the hips, and then exhale. Amazing. Come out of that. Gracefully. Yeah? Okay, legs straight, toes out to the side, chest up. Palms facing up and the eyes are shut. So again, what just happened, doesn't exist anymore. Come back to a relaxed state of being. But engaging what needs to be engaged and disengaging what needs to be disengaged. One more full inhale. And then gently bend the knees towards the chest on the exhale. All right, let's check in. Malasana, garland pose. So we're here. Whether the feet are wide or narrow, heels on or off the floor, it doesn't matter. That's good. That's it. Right? It's just the bottom of a squat. It's just yoga. So just breathe. Relax. Yeah? Posture. This one, this asanam, improving your digestive processes, right? Between ascending, descending colon, your endocrine system, ultimately, right? Eliminating, ridding yourself from waste, whether the waste is in your mind or in your heart, if you want to take it emotionally like that, or physically, right? Reducing the level of toxicity that you are occurring within you. So that you make everything more tonic. Right? Less inflamed. Because we all know what happens when the mind and the body has inflammation in it. It starts to break down. Breathing in, lower. Exhale. Cool. And if you want to hold forearms like a Viking handshake, then we do it. Cool. Release on your bum. On your back, actually. So we're going to finish off with butterfly pose. Soles of feet to touch, knees wide. And if at any point in time you want to release from this posture and go into Shavasana, which means just take your legs straight and the palms facing up away from your hips, feel free to do so. But in the meantime, they're going to lie in supinated butterfly. Because yoga is not about change. Right? Just like a butterfly, it's about transformation. Namaste. gentle awakening from your Baddha Konasana. Take a long inhale to the nose. And then a full, relaxed breath out through the mouth. Your fingers and toes start to move, your wrists and ankles mobilizing to bring the physical body back into focus. And then lengthen the arms overhead and then spine stretching. Inhale. And then soften as you exhale. With the bend in the knees, take it to the right side. Use your arms to support the head and the neck, like a cushion or a pillow. And while the eyes remain shut, come to sitting. Bring the hands softly together at your heart. Atman Anjali Mudra. And as we seal this off, we'll do it with a primordial sound of Om. Inhale. Hreem, Shreem, Kleem. Namaste. Thank you. Yeah.
That's good.
So join us next time for the next series of videos. Subscribe, like, follow. I don't know how you guys